Good morning, good people. Ooh. What's happening in your world? Huh? What's going on? I am absolutely shattered. The 4.5 hours what I had, not last night but the night before, is really kicking me now. I had about 5.5 hours last night and I'm absolutely shattered. But it's songwriting day and I'm on a limited time schedule, so I have to get going. Also, there's absolutely no food in the house. I'm out of eggs, which is never a good thing, so I need to go to the shop and get some shopping done, get the breakfast into me, and then we need to get started on this week's song. I have a kind of lyric outline done, so that's good, that's positive. And I have visions, but making those visions into something real is time consuming, so I have to get on with that. Also, there's some really seriously heavy rain on the way, so I have to get all this shopping done before it hits town. Right, good morning everybody. Hope you're having a good time and a good day wherever you are. Let's get on with it.
Listen to the silence as the day comes to an end. It's working late, the dinner's getting cold again. You're dressed up to seduce the man you thought you tied down, and you wonder why he ain't coming around. A picture in a black frame over the fireplace, where you look so happy on your wedding day.
Okay, I just finished listening to a mammoth podcast by Tim Ferriss of 3 hours with Shay Carl, who's a very successful YouTuber and vlogger. And there was something really exciting about 2 hours into the podcast where Tim Ferriss committed to doing 30 days of vlogging, starting no later than 1st of August. And Tim does things very well, and he never kind of half does things, he kind of commits to things, so I would expect that to be something pretty amazing. If you don't know Tim Ferriss, go and look him out for our body, for our work week, for our chef, but even more so, I'm a big fan of his podcast and his blog. Have been for several years. And he's definitely had an effect on how I approach productivity and my work. He's in a virtual way kicked me in my backside several times over the years through his content, so yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing that. Here you go, just wanted to put that out there. Oh yeah, I'm getting started working on this week's song. I'm running a little bit late starting it because I kind of got, the workload is big at the moment and I'm trying to keep up with it. I won't lie to you, I'm a bit tired, so I'm taking a cup of coffee today and it won't be the last one. I'm trying to find the best spot for the light. There we go, that's nice. Nice. I need to get some lights for my studio for more even, but that's later on the thing. Before I start, I want to just say something quickly here. I was promising you guys a very kind of in-depth review between the Final Cut Pro and the Adobe Premiere Pro CC, and it's not gonna happen. Simply because my workload is so heavy at the moment. I got so frustrated with the Premiere that I just said, what am I doing? Why don't I just go with the Final Cut Pro X? Because I know it does what I want it to do. I bit the bullet, and I dropped the 299.99 euros on it. So 300 euros poorer, but at least that saga of finding the right video editing software for now is over. The Final Cut Pro does it faster for me anyway, so just wanted to share that with you quickly. Then today, yes, we're recording today, and today's song is gonna happen right now. Quick thing, if I haven't mentioned it clearly enough for you guys, and if you're wondering, I use the Logic Pro X exclusively for recording. I absolutely love it. I think it's amazing. I used to use Cubase, and I have used Pro Tools in the past in other projects, but Logic Pro X is where I feel most at home. It does what I need it to do. Again, the workflow is very good on it, so I like using it. And as my audio interface, I use the Zoom R16, which is here. It's getting a bit old, but Zoom always make this stuff that is kind of very affordable but high-end and offers a lot of value. They haven't come up with anything that would replace that. It's still a great unit, so I'm sticking to it until something better comes along. Yeah, I could go for a more professional setup, but at the moment I don't see the justification of dropping such a huge amount of money into it when this works just fine. I have other priorities at the moment in my ever expanding shopping list, which the new camera definitely will be on top of that priority list right now. If you want to any advice on Logic Pro, if you use Logic Pro or anything like that, just let me know. I'll try to include them in these vlogs. So let's get on with this week's song. I'm begging you, please. Okay, so today's track is coming along really nicely, but it's just, I can see that it's a tedious process. It's going to be one of those that is going to take a lot longer to build everything in the way I wanted. Here's the thing, I've talked about kind of a little bit in the past how the vlogging has an effect on my songwriting as well. Just through the vlogging, I've been watching a lot of other vloggers and kind of see what works for their sounds and everything. And I know the acoustics tracks that I have put out on the vlogs before, they work really, really well. But sometimes I kind of wish I had something a little bit more ambient flavored songs. And so I'm gonna have a desire to create something like that as well. And like these I'm almost starting to see songs as visual things in the sense of how I'm gonna incorporate with the video. Yeah, so working on that now, but that makes the life a little bit more tedious in the sense that, like right now, I'm searching for sounds. Logic Pro is great. It has loads of built-in synths. It has this really nice, I suppose it's become very much of a classic these days, the EX24 sampler, which is very much, you can expand it a lot. You can download and purchase a lot more sounds for it, which is something I'm sure I will be doing in the future as well. I'm only scratching the surface of figuring out how to use all of this, so it's nice. It's a nice learning curve as well. You know, as I said, any day that you learn something new is a good day in my books. And sometimes it's nice to just pick up the acoustic guitar and do a song, just the acoustic guitar and the voice. But sometimes it's really nice to kind of dig deeper on them and see what else I can come up with. And when you do dig deep, that's when you kind of learn a lot more. Right, depending on the size of the project that you're doing, you have different amounts of editing and cleaning to do on the tracks. Here, I kind of chose, again, me trying to as much able to capture the first essence of the song. I decided to do the main vocal on one track instead of two tracks, because the verses are very kind of gentle and quiet, and the choruses I'm belting it out much harder. So I have a compressor running there underneath, which keeps everything at kind of manageable level. Now, unfortunately, the quiet bits then it brings a little bit more noise. So what happens is I end up editing all in between the vocal tracks, all the empty spaces. I end up editing them out, which can be kind of a bit tedious. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't sound natural. And weirdly enough, usually if I have like an acoustic track, I do less of it. For some reason, it just naturally doesn't. It sounds more natural having the normal vocal there. Whereas if it's anything to do with electronics or programmed stuff or anything like that, then the noises in between become surprisingly distracting, even though that there's a lot more going on. So it's nothing. You just cut slice in the middle of it, bring it to the close to the vocal as it is, and then you just put a little fade on when you go in, a little fade when you go out, and try to clean it up as possible. I usually try to see if there's something else going on the track that is like happens to be loud, and then I try to hide the fade underneath it. Here's a lot of piano bits here where I can put it underneath them, and yeah, just cleaning it up at the moment as it's going. It started to sound really nice. Once again, even a little bit of acoustic guitar added into it kind of beefs it up the track straight away. Yeah, I'm liking this track a lot again. Going well. Oh yeah, okay, the track is kind of done. Once again, I'm going to have to leave it to brew overnight and come back to tomorrow. I'm really starting to kind of have self-doubt things that's going in my head of like, oh, should I do this, should I do that? And I'm adding stuff for the sake of adding. Walk away from it, leave it overnight, or even have a listen to it tonight later on. Now, I'm going to run to the porterhouse, and they've got a session there. Hopefully I have time to grab a quick lunch, late lunch, before that. And then we're going to play some tunes over there. So that's another studio day in the bag. The song sounds good anyway, so I'm really happy with that. Sometimes I wonder how I get all this done in time. I'm knackered. Right. That'll do today. Let's go. Seems like I'm rushing all the time, but it does feel good to be back working. It's the one weekend. How are you doing? Fish and chips. Fish and chips today. How you doing? Say here's things.
Are you recording?
I am.
That's not cool, man. Yeah, you should let me do my hair.
I'll have to take it. I need to do my homework.
Like another tune of that.
Yeah.
How was that, Brian?
Today was like the weather. It started slow and calm, and then it just built up to a big frenzy at the end. We had this massive rain shower, which was great. People hiding under trees, hanging under trees, going into doorways, people with their heads down, people scurrying out against the walls. It was great. Great fun. JP is a bit of film footage, so I'm sure you'll see it right now.